Hey, what's up, everybody? StarWars.com today surprised us with even more Star Wars gaming news. This is coming off of the heels of the Lucasfilm Games rebranding announcement. I'm kind of busy right now, so I don't have time to do a full scripted video, and I'm sure we're going to talk about this later today when we're doing our Lego live stream. We're going to talk about it in the Q&A too, but I wanted to at least provide kind of a quick rundown of what we know, a reaction to what's going on, which is overall very positive, of course. I'm really excited about having new and more Star Wars games in the pipeline, more being like the really important part of this news. But here's what we know. Ubisoft and Massive Entertainment are making an open world Star Wars game. That's something that Star Wars fans have wanted for a long time. So it does sound like EA is no longer the exclusive provider of Star Wars gaming moving forward, but EA will still be making Star Wars games. We also heard, this was a couple days ago, that an Indiana Jones game is coming from Bethesda. So obviously, this is all great. I'm really happy to hear about all this. I will say though that for myself, I'm not a huge fan of open world games. I'm thrilled that so many other people are. I know that this is going to be news that people are like just jumping in the streets celebrating for, and that's great. But like Bethesda has honestly never made a game that I've finished. I'm not super into the Fallouts or the Elder Scrolls games. It's mostly just like I get overwhelmed with choice. I have played a lot of GTA 5, never finished the story, so there's a lot of that going on in my head where I'm like, I like open world, but it's not my favorite. I think the only open world game I've ever finished is Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda, which I did love that game. And frankly, if there's going to be an open world game that I finish that might make me even more interested in the genre, it's going to be Star Wars, let's be honest. I'm very excited still to play this game, whatever it is. I want to explore the world. I will beat it, obviously. So I don't want people to think I'm not excited. It's just that open world games are just like, they're more overwhelming to me. But what I want to point out is that I am just happy that this is happening. I mean, I've said that the past two Star Wars games to come out, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Star Wars Squadrons, have both been like tailor made for me. So I've been really fortunate in what's come out in Star Wars gaming. And I want people to also feel like they're getting what they want, that they're getting exactly the stories they've been hoping for. And I know people have been just dying to play an open world Star Wars game. And that's how it should be. We should have a bunch of different options, and then we just go up and we pick and choose what we love. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here for Star Wars Squadrons. I'm here for my third person action adventure. And I'll play the open world game. And I really hope that it makes me like the genre more, but it's also not just my first pick. But I'm glad that the options are opening up, and that's what I've been like. I've been happy with what EA has put out for the most part, but the exclusivity means that there are limited options. And now, hopefully, that won't be the case, that we will be getting a lot more Star Wars games over the coming years, and that's fantastic. But I am still glad that EA is involved because I desperately want Fallen Order 2. I need that game. So I want to get into a little bit of speculation based off of what I read. They talked about the Snowdrop engine for this open world game and really pushing immersion. I don't have any speculation on that, but I do love that is at the top of their minds. We want to be immersed as Star Wars fans. We want to get pulled into the story and the world. They also said that there was something specific, a line that said, new stories don't have to connect to other things. And I'm really happy about that too. I've been talking about like the High Republic. I'm so excited about the High Republic and where that's going because it is so disconnected. It doesn't have anything to do with the Skywalker saga. I would love for gaming, just like publishing is right now, to expand the galaxy and do something completely different. Who knows where this open world game is going to take place in the timeline? It could be anywhere. I'll be happy if it's in like the Galactic Civil War or the Clone Wars era, but I mean, I would be even more happy if they put it in the High Republic or even a new era that we've never touched before. I think that would be great to just fall in love with some new character in some new time of the story. But At the same time, I don't want them to like go too far too fast. You know, we just got the High Republic, and that is a brand new era that we're getting to explore. So they don't need to open up like something else. Like if they were to dive into the future, that might be a little bit much, but whatever they're going to do, I'm just excited that they don't feel this need to make it connect with everything else. I would love for a game to make the galaxy feel larger. Also, in terms of Indiana Jones coming, and this is Lucasfilm games and not just, you know, Star Wars games. I love that there's an indie game coming, of course, but I'm also wondering if we're going to get like a Willow game with the Disney Plus series coming in the pipeline. That wouldn't surprise me if they're going to really spread out a bunch among the other Lucasfilm franchises. That would be really fun. Um, the Indiana Jones game, I don't really know what I want from that. Like with Bethesda, I wonder if it's also going to be kind of open world, and I wouldn't be opposed to that. Again, it's just like the the overwhelming amount of choices in Fallout and Skyrim and those kinds of games that they always like kind of freeze me in my tracks. Same with like Red Dead Redemption 2, like all these games that are critically acclaimed, people love them, and I play them and I'm just like, I don't know, it's a little much. So the thing with Indiana Jones though is he is a set character, so I don't see it so much as an RPG the way that Fallout and Skyrim would be, where you're making choices to be good or evil. Indiana Jones, you can't affect who he is to his core, so it's probably going to be more of an adventure game, which I don't even know if like Bethesda has done something like that. They might be able to stretch their legs a little bit, and that's exciting. Willow could be a really cool fantasy game, and that's something I could see going a little more RPG route, where we play like a new character in that world, getting to make decisions. Um, and you know that kind of makes me think that that makes sense for Star Wars, for this open world game, if it had RPG elements, and if they're saying, you know, this doesn't have to connect to anything, that might be a little more flexible. They might be able to go into something where it's like, yeah, you are making this character, and down to the name and the look, and it's not in the Skywalker saga. It's not affecting like historical events, canon events, whatever you want to call them. Like you're getting to tell this story on your own. So I think that there's a lot of potential for that. I feel like I've been a downer on the whole open world idea, and I'm not. I'm still very excited to have that flexibility, just the options. Even if it is overwhelming, I'll get over it. I will get over it for Star Wars. I'm going to explore the galaxy, or you know, even if it's open world and just like set on Coruscant or something, I still think that would be really cool. And I have to admit, I haven't played like I was looking at Massive Entertainment's games. So like the Division, I think I haven't played those games. I haven't played Far Cry, for example. I don't play a ton of games. I like games, but I wouldn't consider myself like a hardcore gamer that gets everything that comes out. So that's probably part of the reason I'm like a little unsure about what to expect here. But what I want to like be the big takeaway from this video and this reaction is that I am so glad that we are spreading Star Wars out among more developers so that more Star Wars games can be released. And kind of in the same way that when Disney bought Star Wars and they were like, we're going to make more movies, I knew going into that, you know, some of these movies I'm not going to love. So just like I'm prepared for that as well, that some of these games, if we're getting like 5 games a year or something, not all of them are going to land for me, but that's okay, because with more options, that just means that, you know, if this game wasn't for me, then hopefully this next one is, and I won't have to wait so long for another one to come out. So that's what I'm really excited about, this kind of return to more Star Wars games the way it was like in 2005, when just a lot of games were coming out in the Star Wars universe. And of course, I'm excited for Indiana Jones as well. So yeah, I think this is great news. Molly and I, again, are going to talk about this later on tonight when we're doing our Lego live stream. We're going to start the Millennium Falcon set, the big one. It should take us a matter of months, I think, to put that thing together. But come hang out then. That'll be at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to start that, and we'll surely talk about all this gaming news. We're probably going to talk about it in the Q&A this week as well. But yeah, that's what I think about all this gaming news. It's very exciting. It means a lot for the future of Star Wars gaming, and in my opinion, it's only good news. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.